and thank you for tuning in. If you're new to this channel, hello, my name is Keltie. What you'll find on this channel is a lot of athletic apparel reviews. We do some fitness. You'll see a lot of athletics, different forms of fitness, all while having a mutual appreciation for dogs and brunch. And what I have for you guys specifically today is what to wear weightlifting. So I do a lot of reviews on just specific items and tell you what activities they're for. So I thought it'd also be good to take specific activities and tell you my recommendations on what you should wear to them so you can perform at your best, feel your best, and just get into shape while looking great. Did that almost rhyme? Almost rhyming quite for Keltie. Almost. Close. Rap career coming soon. I'm just gonna jump right into it and I'm gonna give some recommendations. I'm gonna have this kind of just be for like the general population because I think that's who needs it. Obviously, if you're a pro level weightlifter, been doing it for years, I think you've put two and two together. So this is just kind of for my girls who are just starting out, maybe dabbled in a little bit, maybe you do it on and off and you're just like, what would you recommend? Now, I've been weightlifting since I started when I was 14 for sports. It was mainly sports performance based for years. I played college basketball. Then I went on to do the fitness thing. I do a lot more than weightlifting. I'm not one of those people that just do weightlifting, but it's a part of my routine. So I do have a bit of experience at least of what to wear with it. Over a decade. Wow, how did that happen? So I'm just gonna break it down into the different parts of your body and some accessories and all that and what I'd recommend for you. So first, we will start with the cliche, what pants, bottoms I would recommend to wear. Now I'm gonna have a general recommendation and then a specific recommendation. First thing, you want high-waisted. Now, not just for fashion because that's in, but you're gonna be bending over a lot. Usually, typically you're gonna be squats, things like that when you're weightlifting. And the last thing you want is your butt to fall out. I would never recommend low rise unless they really fit you well. So you want a higher rise pant or short. I personally think you should have things that are tight, so not like a baggy short, but something really close to your body, just so it doesn't get snug in things, because there's different barbells and dumbbells and things. You're moving around, different machines, and when things are really baggy, they may actually get caught. So I think a slim fit. You also don't want cotton. No cotton, because that's gonna show sweat. And the last thing you want is when you're bending over to have a nice little bit of splash just right there. That's just, oh, no, who doesn't want that? Definitely something that is a lot more sweat wicking material. You always want to look for that. And I personally go under the idea of getting one or two really good pair of leggings or shorts that are maybe black and neutral color that you wash a lot, wear a lot, versus just getting cheap things. And trust me, they don't feel as good. You want something that's a bit higher quality. Personally, I would say like a Lululemon or Nike that's really designed for high performance. It's gonna have a four-way stretch so you can move in every direction. It's be sweat wicking so it doesn't show as much sweat. And also, you just don't want sweat sitting on your body the entire time. That's how your skin breaks out. And we also don't have time for that. So my personal favorite pair of leggings are the Luxtreme High Rise from Lululemon. The Luxtreme is gonna be a thinner material, so it's breathable, it's kind of smooth, it's four-way stretch, you're gonna be able to stretch it every way. They are gonna be squat-proof as can be. You can stretch these so much and they are not showing nothing. Gonna be sweat wicking, and it is just a nice pair of pants and you can't go wrong with this. So I've reviewed these before, you can go check that out, but this would be my recommendation, or something very similar with this kind of material. Stay away from just spandex cotton mix. You want something that's a bit of a higher quality, in my opinion. So these are my favorite. As for shorts, I'm a big fan. These are a little ratchet because they've had some wear. I've just the Nike Pros. They tend to be a bit higher waist. The waistband usually gives out after about 40 wears or so, but it still falls in my dollar wear. So I just find these are good. They're long enough that when you bend over, you're not gonna fall over the other way, because I find a lot of spandex are so short that I'd be scared to bend. I find these are a good length. They're thin, they're sweat wicking, and there's a bazillion different colors, and so they're easy to match. So those are usually the cliche ones you'll see most girls wearing. I personally prefer spandex. Obviously you can get baggier shorts, but this is what I like. Or if you have baggy shorts, wear these underneath, so when you bend over, spandex got you. Old basketball trick. So now we're on to tops. First, I would recommend just a really supportive sports bra. Obviously, you could be jumping around, you're gonna be bending over. You want something that has a bit of a higher neck, because like you said, you probably bend over at some point. If it's a really low scoop neck, last thing you want. You want something supportive, but I also personally, I'm not very big chested, so if you're a really big chested, comment below and let us know. But I think a medium support is good. I know for myself, if it's a really compression feel and I'm weightlifting, you're already like pushing things and moving, and then you're compressed in your chest. It's not comfortable. On the flip side, you don't want a light support either. You just want something very middle of the ground. Obviously, when you're doing things like running and sprints and jumping around, you want as compression feel as you can. And when you're doing something more stretching, yoga, that you can go on the lighter support. But I find a medium support is the best. Two of my favorites are just the cliche Nike sports bra. This one's gonna be a bit more on the affordable side. These last forever. I've done a full review on them, so you can check them out. So this would be my recommendation. And then the energy bra from Lululemon. This is actually in the New Luxe. I would recommend in New Luxe or Luxtreme personally would be the best, just as I talked about in the pants. And I find this is just a classic medium support. It's gonna have crisscross on the back, so it's gonna go under most tank tops and most t-shirts. It's got a modest scoop, and it's just an average sports bra. And get it in neutral color, and this will go long ways with you, and they will help your ladies out. Now, you can just honestly wear this. You just go with a pair of leggings and a sports bra. But I know not everyone's comfortable in a sports bra. You're gorgeous, so you can rock it if you want to rock it. But if not, I recommend having a t-shirt over top or a tank top. You want it sweat wicking, in my opinion. Of course, if you want to show sweat, that's fine. The one recommendation I would always have too is you want it a bit tight fitting. If you go look at weightlifters, powerlifters, like people who are pro level, they literally wear bodysuits, and that's just things don't bend over and get caught. I know not everyone's comfortable with wearing tight fitted things, but that is my recommendation personally that I find will be the best, just pure performance wise. So tight fitting, sweat wicking, tank top, t-shirt, or long sleeve, like a Swiftly tank kind of thing from Lululemon, I think is a great mix. The one thing about weightlifting is because it's not cardio based, you're not always warmed up, and if you don't do a proper warm up, you can be stiff, you can be cold, and you don't want to weightlift when you're stiff or cold. So sometimes, especially in the winter months, start with a jacket or a sweater or something over top and then take it off once you've warmed up. You just don't want to be doing it when you're cold. So having a sweat wicking long sleeve, personally I prefer a zipper, and the reason is if you're girls, sometimes you do your hair, you got to keep pony, and the last thing you want to do is have to like take off a sweater and you're scrambling and life is just in shambles because you're wrecking your hair. And so if you just have a nice zip up. The Define jacket from Lululemon is one of my favorites. It's the same material you get in Luxtreme. It's gonna have that stretch, four-way. It looks quite professional, which is kind of nice for just a pair of Lulus. And you can just zip it right off. So it's easy, but then some people do like that like hoodie, be real comfortable. And some people just work out in a hoodie their entire workout. So that really comes down to how much you wanna sweat in your clothing. The Define jacket from Lululemon is my go-to. Now, we're gonna talk about shoes. We could do a whole entire video series on weightlifting and shoes. It's really kind of debated about, and there's a lot of information, but I'm just going to talk about like the just general consensus. So trolls, I'm just giving general information, don't the nitty gritty. Little fun fact about weightlifting. In terms of if you're just want to be like a power lifter, something like that, like Olympic lifting, you want a flat bottom. Now these aren't perfect ones, these are just the only flat bottom shoes I have, and I'll get into why I only have them, but that's ideally what you want because you want it flat against the ground, because in essence you're transferring force when weightlifting, so you don't want it absorbed. You want to be able to push off the ground and use that force to push the weight up. Something like a Nike Free does the complete opposite, and the bottom tries to absorb the impact, so that takes away from your joints. That's why you'd use it for something like running, because it's going to absorb every time you run. So think this stays on the ground, you're pushing off, versus running shoes, you're doing this, so you're trying to protect your knees. I hope that was a good explanation. I try to make it as simple as possible. There's Adidas Addy Powers, are probably like the most cliche, higher performance, but they're really expensive ones. They have the flat bottom, they're actually hard. So these aren't hard, they have a bit more cushiony, that's why I'm saying they absorb. Or you can even just Converse, that's kind of the cliche old school, they're only about $40, like old school Converse shoes. A lot of weightlifters wear that to have that flat bottom. And then there's a whole debate of just going barefoot, but I'm just not a fan of barefoot in gyms, personally. So they're on though, no judgment. So that is what I would recommend if you are really serious about what weightlifting specifically. But for my general people who are just gonna be doing it a couple times a week, I do like the Nike Frees. My rationale behind it is it's just they're really diverse. Any kind of running shoe like this, I think they're cute, you can run with them. And usually people who aren't strictly weightlifters are gonna be doing other forms of activities in the gym. You might be running, you might be doing cardio, might be doing hits, you could be jumping, all those things. So it's kind of nice to have universal shoe, and I find these are really comfy. They transfer over, and no, technically, yeah, your force isn't going to be as much, but the 5-pound difference over the course of a few years is probably not going to matter if you can lift that much more to the general population. So I say get a shoe. If you only have enough money for one shoe, get a shoe that's really universal. And I just have always liked the Nike Frees. I like the look, I find they're comfy, I find they last. There is the idea kind of behind them is that and why they're called free is because they're able to bend. Because we wear shoes so often, we don't actually get to utilize all the muscles in our feet. They did some research in Africa and found marathon runners who run barefoot have muscles that we don't even have really in North America because our shoes limit us. So Nike Frees kind of originated that idea of a barefoot runner. So that's kind of ideal, while they still have some support to them. So these are just my personal favorite. I know some people do like the Adidas MMDs as well, and they're kind of nice in between of the Adidas Adipower and like a Nike Free. I just don't like them because I hate running in this flat bottom. I feel crazy, and I want shoes that I can go weightlift for a few sets and then go run on a treadmill. So that is why I personally choose the Nike Frees. Now we're gonna go into a bit of accessories. Obviously, I'm just gonna say have a water bottle. Stay hydrated. You don't want to cramp up. You don't want to be dehydrated during your workout. So get a cute water bottle, because if I don't know, I just like having a cute water bottle. So then you can like claim your spot when you're weightlifting, because that's kind of the universal rule. If there's a water bottle on that piece of machinery, it's yours. So I like my Swell bottle, fits a whole liter, keeps things cold or warm. I don't know why you'd have a hot drink at the gym, but that's just my go-to, just a water bottle. Yeah, stay hydrated, kids. Ponytail and headband, because you don't want to wear your hair down, same as you don't want to have baggy clothes, because you don't want to get it caught. And it's kind of the standing joke, just gonna let you warn, if you're the girl with your hair down at the gym, do whatever you want. If you feel gorgeous, do it. But I'm just saying, there will be people at the gym be like, who's this girl trying to impress? Oh my god, because people are like that. So I'm just warning you. Ponytail, get your hair back. There's a bunch of cute styles. I'm not a beauty vlogger, but if you YouTube cute ponytails, people got you. Then, okay, gloves. You'll see some girls wearing weightlifting gloves. Personally, I say just skip that unless you're someone who really doesn't want calloused hands or that it just hurts so much. But I'm just gonna give you a warning. The first few times you weightlift and you hold the barbells and dumbbells, it will kind of scratch your hands and they'll feel weak. It does go away. Your hands do callus a bit. Yes, I do have calluses on my hand, but you know, like I said, to each their own. It just depends on you. I personally, they're just really annoying. I don't like them. I went through a phase when I wore them, but I found it was just better to just tough it out for like 2 weeks and then your hands get used to it. But if you found it's just too unbearable, there is the weightlifting gloves you can use. That also carries into straps. Sometimes when people see people use straps on their hands or something, or weightlifting belts. My personal opinion is just skip it. If you're just trying to work out to look a little bit better, get in better shape, improve sports performance, all those, don't rely on belts and anything, because it just inhibits your progression. Yes, you can lift more, but that's because you're using a belt. Same with weightlifting belt. We could go in a whole video with that, but in my personal opinion is, unless you're doing it for competition, why does it matter if you're lifting 35 versus 40? It doesn't really matter. It's better to just progress naturally and not use the straps and worry about better form. So I'd say skip the weightlifting belt and straps unless you're a power lifter and you're lifting really heavy weight, and it could be dangerous. But it's better to just strengthen the muscles at the lower weight. And then my last recommendation for accessories is wireless headphones. They make the world of difference. Of course, there's so many different options now, but trust me when I say having the little strap of your headphone is so annoying when you're weightlifting, like bending over. The amount of times I've gotten like a dumbbell stuck in it or in the machine and it like yanks it out is just probably every single time I go to the gym, because I broke my wireless headphones, and so I've been suffering real bad. If you got the money for it, or you get some cheap knockoffs off Amazon, get yourself a pair of wireless headphones, and it will make your workout so much easier and less stressful, because there's nothing probably more stressful in life than headphone wires. They're either jumbled together, you're trying to get them undone, they're caught in things, and they're just out here to ruin lives. So wireless headphones, that should be a thing. All universally. Team wireless headphones. And that is my recommendations of what to wear weightlifting. If you guys are weightlifters, if you're even just getting started, or if you're experienced, comment below any other recommendations you have. It would be great to hear some other opinions. And if you do have any more specific questions about anything I said, or about what to wear weightlifting, or just you're a newbie weightlifting, I won't tell you specifics about your workout, but just in terms of what to wear and what to expect, I'd be happy to let you know. So go down there to that comment section, and I'll holler back at you. Unless this video is like 6 months old and you're watching it, then I'm sorry, no I won't. Maybe, but slide I don't know. Find me on Instagram. You can go to Instagram or Twitter, find me there, ask me there. I'm probably gonna find you. This is really awful grammar, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe and join our tribe. If you'd like to see more videos like this, any other what to wear videos, what to expect at your first time, comment below. I'd bring it to you. And thank you for tuning in. Like always, my fellow mermaids. Hope you have a fabulous day. Love you lots.